How's it? Today is Friday, November 14th. It is Big Friday, and I am actually lifting on a different platform than I normally do. And I think it was good for me. It was a good change. Today went very well. It was basically a one-to-one recreation, almost one-to-one recreation of last week, but I feel like I'm much more confident in the way that things are moving. I feel like the Tuesday volume is doing me very well. It feels like my body is slowly starting to feel healthier. And that's a weird thing to say, but I think when I'm looking at my lifts today, my lower back was not an issue for a single one until my last clean, and it was more of like an issue in the jerk. And like that's like not saying a lot, but also saying a lot because I was in a spot where that would have been problematic, a few weeks ago, for sure, a few months ago. So getting to where I'm at now it makes me feel very happy. Um, as far as these snatches go, the goal was to snatch up to around 90, or sorry, around 80, and see where I'll take it from there. It's again like the snatches on, just the snatches and the clean jerks on Fridays are not the most important thing for me. I'm trying to just lift well, and if that the numbers don't necessarily matter. Like the quality of the lifts is much more important. And today the quality of the lifts was pretty high, and I'm very happy with it. I feel like I've been talking about being aggressive with the snatch for a bit, and that 85 showcased that exactly. This 90 as well. You see that little elbow snap into place, my left elbow there. That probably would have been a miss if I wasn't as aggressive. And here's 95, and this is actually the last set that I went up to. Same thing here, a little bit leaning towards the right, but because my elbows were so quick, I was able to make the lift, and that is really great. Another thing that I was trying really hard to focus on was maintaining vertical extension. I'm a lot better with vertical extension with my snatches, so like getting to vertical extension on the cleans is probably more important for me, just so that I can practice that. But I was able to do it pretty okay, I think, for the most part today. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, it's like that point of right when my hips get pushed as far forward as they will go in that movement. That's basically me trying to elevate my hips by pushing my legs. It's actually impossible to raise your hips without moving your knees. Like I'm fairly certain it's impossible. Here is 115. This is like the first kind of heavy set that I did at the clean and jerk. I was trying just to emulate what I did last week again, and that clean was awesome. That clean gave me so much confidence, and it feels like I am becoming the old me, where I am not scared of the clean, and if I can clean it, I can jerk it. 115 is not as heavy as 120 is, but stepping stones, right? And here's 120. That clean was not as vertical as I would like it to be, but I was still able to make it. And then this jerk was a little bit push press outy on the right side, but that's okay. I'm very happy with how things went. There were no misses. And that is a big positive for me. After that, this is kind of where my workout deviated from last week's workout. I went to 120 as a warm up set, whereas last week I'm pretty sure I just went 60, 100, and then 130, something like that. I was initially planning to do like 133 today, but given the way that my body felt, it just didn't feel like I was gonna have enough time, or it just didn't feel like it was gonna be great. Just because that rep right there at the 120 was so bad. So I regroup and I just push, and I'm able to do a set of 2 at 130. So essentially, I did exactly what I did last week for my top weights, but with one extra warm up set, like across the entirety of all the lifts. Like all the snatch warm ups were the same, all the clean jerk warm ups were the same, and then my front squat warm ups were just one extra set. And like I said last week, if everything is getting heavier during the week and I keep the things on Friday the same, then I'm making progress. But in another way, I'm also making progress because I feel so much better. It's like I'm enjoying lifting again. And that is that's I guess that's the whole pursuit of everything, right? Is just to try to be happy with where I'm at. And it's upsetting to think that I felt so negative about this for so long, because this is one of my all-time favorite things to do. So here we are. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.